guys, I'm Papa Romes and I'm up in the Catskills tracking deer. We have a doe tag, we have a buck tag, and we have the best tracking snow I've seen in years. And we also got a buck track right here. Let's see if we can get it done today. Hey guys, I hope you enjoy this. It's just a little recap of the week before. I connected with the muzzleloader. I went out with the rifle. We had some good snow on the ground. Higher up was even better, and I climbed these steep vertical cliffs to get up there, and I really crushed it, pushing hard, and did a lot of good scouting, found a lot of good bucks up there, and I ended up connecting with the muzzleloader, which you'll see later in this video. Jumped them in the bed, and I ended up connecting with them, so just stay tuned. Hope you enjoy. A lot of heavy snow, perfect snow. 8.5 miles, I'm going to be doing over 1,000 feet elevation gain. This buck is down in that valley. Another buck went that way. But I'm hoping that these swing up on me up top. And I'm going to connect up on the plateau with them looking down. That buck is down in that valley. I'm trying to stay above them to see if I can catch them. I'm trying to do a swoop on them. Big swing. And I'm going to keep working these ridges and we'll see what happens. Feeding right up in here yesterday, going, and I want to be over that peak. That's the peak of this mountaintop. We're gonna go get up on them, turn, and hope that they come up behind me on my trail. Sit up here for I don't know how long, but a good while. I have a good feeling they're gonna come up this top. We're here, we're at the top of the peak last day, and we're gonna hope to catch a buck up here. A big herd of like 9 does. Good buck. Heavy boots on, heavy gear. Didn't think I would be able to walk all day with my knee the way it was, but I wrapped it real tight, took a lot of ibuprofen, and I was good. So I couldn't help myself with the good snow. I walked. If I dressed light, I had a buck track, I probably would have caught up on him. He was so fresh. But it just didn't work out. He went out too far on the other swing. I tracked another buck with a doe this way, and he's a good one. He went all the way down into this valley. It gets real thick over here, and I'm hoping he comes back up. I'm just going to sit the last hour, last day of rifle for New York, and it's a good run, good valley. They seem to like to come up here. I've been finding a lot of their tracks and trails here. There's a lot of good bucks in this region, and See what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky, you know. Takes a couple minutes for a buck to come out, so.
Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of the mountains where I'm hunting up in the Catskills. They're very steep, and in a short distance you'll be able to climb high elevations quick, so you better have your legs in good shape if you're going to decide to come down tracking. That being said, sometimes because of the way the mountains are formed, you don't really have to go that far because you'll catch them on ledges, so it's important to just take your time, sneak and peek over every little ledge. It could be a big buck or the biggest buck of your life. 1 week later, lo and behold, we get the best snow I've seen in the last 5 years for tracking. I end up going back up on that mountain range in a different location, and I connect with a great buck. Good night. I'm packing up, getting all my gear ready to try to get over there, and we'll cut a track if we can. Again, doe, buck, don't care. It's all going down.
We got snow. We got accidents everywhere. We got drones all over the sky. It's all over the radios. I actually saw 3 of them last week hunting. Anyway, we got prime conditions for tracking today, and I know a location with some big bucks. So I have a doe tag, I have a buck tag, and just gotta take it slow. Had stuff to do at home. It's probably not gonna be till 9:30 by the time I get up into those mountains and then start hiking up. I just picked up some tape, put over my barrel. Got some, now it looks like almost changing to rain, 30 degrees. So I just gotta take it slow. Roads are icy, and we'll get on it. We're gonna try to get up in this trail. Seem to be doing okay so far. I don't know how many trees are going to be down, but sliding a good amount, but that's all right. Can't go anywhere really. All right, well, we're in business. I wasn't sure if my powder was gonna shoot, so I just drove like 2 hours literally to do a test shot and make sure my powder was gonna shoot before I even get up into the higher mountains. So I'm at where my base camp was right now, and I just wanted to make sure I could get this shot off and it would work, and it does. So my powder's good, my bullets are good. I just shot 100 yards and I hit right on the money. Got an old stump over there I could see. And just gonna clean this out. And temperature up here is a lot colder than where I was, it's for sure. And I don't see rain, so that's good. But I just bought tape for my barrel, and we can make this happen today. Now that I know and I'm confident my gun shoots, the powder shoots, I'm gonna get on a track and I'm gonna push it hard. So I gotta conserve my battery. I don't have a lot here. Let's get it done. Drizzle rain. Can't guarantee you the footage or anything, but I could guarantee you one thing: we haven't had a day like this in probably 5 years plus, maybe more. It's like 3 to 4 inches. It's ideal snow. I think it's gonna go quick, but anything on it, you're gonna pick this track up and read it quick. I don't care. I got such a big mountain here I could roam, and that's what I'm gonna do. Today's the kill day. These are the best days for tracking. Let's see if we could get this done.
I'm gonna hustle until I can pick up a track. Just walked about half a mile. The other day, came through here, it was covered in deer tracks. So that tells me that they bedded up somewhere for the night. I'm gonna be coming up into that mountain where it's real thick laurel, thick pine. And then it goes up over that high peak and it drops down into these big valleys of straight drops. And it goes for miles and miles. So I'd love to shoot a doe on this side. I'd love to shoot a buck anywhere. But the elevation as I go up, I can feel it getting colder. And I think the rain is going to hold off. I'm putting my head down. I don't care what happens. I'm just moving. If I could kick them up, I know it's fresh. And then I'm on it. So that's what I'm doing right now. You see a deer came up and walked here in the middle of the night. Probably about 4 hours, 5 hours old. Gonna see if we can freshen it up. Actually, we got a fresh deer right here, buck. That's awesome. It's a young one. Yeah, it's a young buck. He's got to be up here. There might be a bigger one with him. We're gonna track him. Let's get on it. Okay. He's going straight up. I'm gonna do a big swing on him because he was just feeding back there a little bit. And he fed here. He's gonna be on top of that ridge. The wind is going this way, so if I come around him, I'll be downwind. And he's probably looking at his backtrack on that cliff. I'm gonna be real quiet. This deer is back downhill. It's a mother, a fawn, and a buck. Okay, yeah, it's up.
I didn't know it, but at this moment, I have the deer bedded right 40 yards to my right on a blowdown. If you look at them running away, they're like ghosts.
There they are. Right there, I just jumped them. I just jumped them right there. chasing. It's good they're walking. Might be able to catch them running up one of these ridges next to me. I think my buck is 2 ledges down. He's all the way down there. I did a giant swing in and out. I just hit ice. Better to have crampons, but whatever. So I just caught up with them pretty quickly, and I jumped all 3. I saw all 3. It could have been a mother with 2 big fawns, one being a young buck, but there's definitely a buck with them. Whether he's a young buck or not, it's hard to tell. The track looked pretty good. The bodies look big, so I'm not really sure. It wasn't a giant, that's for sure, but they ran right up this ridge, and I'm gonna take this sweater off, and I'm gonna be down to like spandex. It's just getting too hot, and I'm gonna just see if I can keep following them until I can pick up something else, get a shot at them or whatever. But I wish we had wind. We need wind right now. It's really, really quiet. You could hear everything, and the crunch in the snow is. It's hard. These deer have been really pushed hard this season, so. But there's a lot of big bucks up here. A lot of them. There's like at least 5 or 6 that I know of that are on this mountain range that are really good shooters. I'm going to try not to be talking too much anymore because they could hear me, and I think they heard my sling clack. Otherwise, when we got up, I knew they were going to be on that bench. They were right there. They were 50 yards away. All right, I'm good to go. Changed. Start making my way up there because they're definitely up there looking down, waiting for me. I'm going to see where they are, and also want to try to get a buck if I can. Fill that buck tag.
I really could not believe that after all that walking and doing that big swing, I get my clothes changed and I'm getting all ready to go, and that buck starts walking right at me. He must have got confused chasing that doe around in circles and didn't know what direction where I ended up. Couldn't smell me, I don't know how, but he ended up walking head on to me, and I just waited. The only thing I wish I was able to get a better view with the camera angle, that you could see the buck. You can see him walking in, but you can't see him when I shoot him. He's behind a tree, and my line of sight is different than my camera's line of sight. But I had him just looking at me, beautiful broadside, like 40 yards.
if I got him or not. He's the one I was tracking. There's a doe, I think, right there. I'm gonna try to shoot her too if I can. Crazy. I got him. Buck down. He's right over there. There was a doe over here too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Yes. Oh, he's still alive. Shit. Everybody check him because he's still alive. Holy shit, I just dragged that buck. I knew there was a young buck. He's a good buck. I'm gonna let him expire too. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. This is freaking awesome. I don't know if I got that kill shot on or not. This is definitely the track I was on. This is crazy. But I want to see what he was doing. I think he dropped right where I shot him. I don't think he ran. He was looking at me head on. I was like 40, 50 yards. He was looking at me. Yeah. Yep. He dropped right where I hit him. They're going to be right down in here maybe, or up. I don't know. She was looking down after I shot. She wasn't sure where I was. Alright, got it done. I was waiting for him to turn. I said, I need to see that brow. And once I saw that brow, I said, oh yeah, it's an inch. Man, I was happy. So blessed to have a buck down in the Catskills. I feel so blessed right now. This is such a hard season for me to get out. I think I counted bow. I did a few days. I did like 2 different weeks with the tent, and I got that 8-pointer. But then New York rifle, I think I got after it on snow every time. 3 days. This is the 3rd day, and then PA I did 3 days, and Jersey I got there for 1 day, or half a day really, but didn't see nothing. But yeah, that's pretty badass. I think I put it right here. Yeah, that's where I punched him. Oh yeah, guess my muzzleloader's dead on. I hit him right on the money. That's exactly where I aimed. I just dropped him. Completely tanked him. Oh man. Heck yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. I was watching him come after I skirted. I was watching him come at me. I needed him to show me that point. I said, make sure that's 1 inch, which it is. And lucky to get on his track, and he ain't the biggest buck, but go track a buck in the Catskills on these high mountains. Tell me how fun it was. Nice long body. Thank you, God. That's the first thing I got to say. And thank you to my wife, because she's home dealing with the kids right now, and it was a tough day to get out. But what do you want me to say? I mean, I like can't believe it. My head told me 30 different locations to come. You know, it's like a 2-hour drive almost from my house to get here. So I ended up leaving, and I wanted to go to probably like 20 locations closer to my house. But then I said, you know what? I know this mountain range has big bucks. I know there's a lot of bucks. This one's not a big buck, but I don't really care. I want the meat, in honesty, more than I want the rack at this point. So I'm going to try to get a doe too, because we love this meat and we enjoy it. And
We try not to buy as much from the supermarket, but I wasn't even sure if my powder was good still, if it was going to go off. So I stopped on where I had my base camp this morning, had to 4-wheel up into there, and I ended up shooting, make sure it was on. I hit 100 yards out, dead on. So I was confident in the rifle, or in the muzzleloader. I was confident in the powder. And coming up, it's a steep climb up here, and it's vertical, and it's just bench, bench, bench. So you can walk these benches and look down on them. But I was trying to cut a track, which I did right away within like the first 3/4 of a mile. I caught his track. At first it was just him, and then he got into a doe with a fawn, I believe, and probably within, I don't know, 1/4 mile, if that, I ended up catching up to him, jumped him on the next plateau up, which is pretty nasty getting up, and they were like 50 yards out, and I knew they were there, but my sling clanked on this. I think they picked that up. So they took off, and they came running up onto this bench all the way out, and the wind was coming this way. And I said, you know, they're going to try to get downwind to catch me if I'm coming up on them, and to see what's going on over there if they can wind me. So I went, instead of following them, I actually followed the opposite direction, climbed up, and I did a huge swing on them. I swung real hard and real fast. I just put my legs to work, and I just went vertical straight up. Stopped at a tree, took the sling off, and my camera was giving me a lot of problems, a lot of fumbling around. So I ended up dicking around with the camera. Finally got that. I thought working, and I see him. I started grunting actually, and I see him coming across. But at first, I didn't think he was a buck. I didn't know what he was. I thought it was a doe, because I know I jumped a doe. I know he was with him, but I didn't know how big the buck was or anything. I knew it was a small buck. I even said it. He's a young deer. But he comes cruising across the top here, and he was still milling and feeding on, I could see oak leaves over there, and he was coming across. And I'm trying to get my GoPro on. My GoPro wouldn't go on. It kept giving me a wrench error. It's like, I don't even know how or why. It was crazy. So I hope I got this on film. But I was watching him, and I saw the big forks, and I said, okay, he's got a nice little basket. I tracked him, and I just need to see a third point, and that's an inch. And as soon as he turned, and I saw that, I just measured his 2.5 right there. So I was just really, really happy, really blessed. And I put it right on his heart, chest area, and I said, now or never, because you might not get another shot like this. So I took him, whether it was on film or not. And, you know, what kept going in my head was Hal all the time. Hal going, well, I just shot my buck. So, but I was dressed today. I knew it. I said, if I could get up into these mountains, and I'm light enough here, I'm wearing my gaiters here. These are really good. They prevent snow going up your pants, but they also stop the clumping up. It just slides off. And also, if you want to cross deeper water up to here, you can just run through it. Usually it won't go in, but I was so ultra light packed. I knew I was going to kill a buck. The first day I was up here in the snow, I think he was the one. His hoof looks very similar to what I was on, but I was just geared up too thick, and there was no way I was going to go down that mountain and get him. But I knew if I was like this, I would have got him with the rifle the other day. But such a epic season. I got my 8-pointer with the muzzle, or with the bow. I got my PA buck just a couple days ago, and here we are 2 days out before the end of muzzleloader. I got this buck now, so it's like 2 days before the end of every season almost. I got a buck, but I'm gonna end up getting hopefully a doe or two. So, I don't know what else to say. It's like, what else can you say, right? It's not easy tracking up here in these mountains. Hunting these mountains are very difficult, and anybody that's come from other regions to hunt here, there's a lot of people, and then the mountains are vertical, so you better have good legs in the back, because you're just straight vertical up and down. I was talking to someone, and they're like, every single time I've ever hunted the Catskills, I fell at least 3 times. So it's legit. I've almost broken my arms, my nose, coming off ledges and falling hard. So you work for him. You definitely work for these bucks, so you appreciate him. Even though he's not a monster, I appreciate having him. So something else I just want to touch base on in my channel for a while. I've had, you know, I'll put tracking down and whatever, but a lot of people don't know me as a tracker. And the reason why is because we don't get a lot of the snow that we used to get when we were younger. When we were younger, we used to track more. We had a lot more snow to track on. But the reality is I most of the time kill my bucks early, and I track does, and I track them every season. Muzzleloader. It's usually, you know, I don't really film a lot of it because what's the point? A lot of people don't want to see it, but you can learn a lot. I also do trap lines, and I haven't done it in a couple years, but trapping to me is where you pick up the most experience, especially late season bucks in the snow. That's where you pick up the majority of it. And I've been doing it since I was, I don't know, 6, 7 years old, picking up tracks and kind of just going on them. But I know what to look for. I know when to move on them, when to swing, where to swing. So I just, you know, you guys know a lot of the guys out of the north because they're doing it more. And I bear ground hunt. I track in the snow if I have snow. I know when the conditions are the right conditions because our deer are different than if you go further up north. Even the Adirondacks, these deer are different. They're used to a lot more people. They jump you 300 yards out versus 50 yards out. It's just a whole different game on them, and you have to play it just right to get them. But that's why you don't see me tracking and doing a lot of tracking videos. It's only because most of the time my buck tags are filled out, or we just don't have the right conditions to get on them. I was supposed to go up with Steve from Haynesville Woods Outdoors up on in the Haynesville region, and I was going to go up there and hopefully get on snow. I was going to try to go the last season. They ended up having a lot of rain, and I ended up having issues and circumstances. I couldn't make it up there, unfortunately, and that's why I didn't have a lot of time to hunt this year, to be honest. I barely had spurts, 3 days a day, and just with the bow I had a little more time, but doesn't matter, still got it done, and feel so happy and so blessed, man. Had to bring it, brought the hat, the lucky hat, got it. I remember I'm like, I'm going ultralight, throwing it in the pack. I don't care, I'm carrying it. Oh man. Out. I want to stay as high across as I can, which is only another 100 yards, and it starts dropping real steep here. It's gonna be a sled. It's gonna be a fun one. Very few times can I say I had a buck drag himself out. Best to try to hold him back a little bit. Oh man. Nice and easy. My tracks are right here on this hump. I came up somewhere right around there. He was bedded. He was bedded right there. I'm gonna take a look. This is how you learn postseason, me tracking does all this time. He was milling around. Him and the does, I picked them up. They were feeding. And here's his tracks. Does. Here's the buck track right here. He came right up and he milled right through, did a big swing, and he was in his bed. Oh, there's the other one. Yep, here's his running track coming out. Man, we're losing this snow so fast. Here's number 2. That's the doe track. And there's the fawn. That's all 3 of them. They were all bedded right when I came up here. Because like I said, I'm like, oh, they're going to feed and they're going to bed. I had a feeling that was a buck and a mother with a fawn. Let's see if there's a doe down here. That'll be nice, huh? Shoot a doe on the bottom patches here. Don't get better than that. It really doesn't. I mean, I called that one. So there's a young buck with a mother and a fawn, and she was a big doe. And that's exactly what that was. And then when they went up 2 more ledges, another group must have been in there milling around on that ledge, and a buck must have jumped on her. She must be in heat. That's awesome. That's what it's all about right there. You can't beat that. And the snow is going so quick, you're not going to have it by tonight because it's just dropping and melting that fast. It's the craziest snow I've ever seen. Oh, jeez.
Thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share these videos out if you like it. I really appreciate you guys following along all these years. God bless and have a happy season. Be safe.